Hey everyone, this is First Warning Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad. Thanks. Quick update on the winter storm heading for the mountains and foothills for the upcoming weekend. Here's the deal. We've got some winter weather for the mountains, but it looks like the temperatures are going to be kind of marginal. I don't think it's going to be tough to get a lot of accumulation to develop up there. Even so, we're probably going to get 2 to 4 inches of snow with the heavy burst of snow coming in and maybe 2 separate waves. Let me first show you the advisories and warnings. We've got winter storm warnings for southwest Virginia down into the North Carolina mountains. That does include Avery, Ashe, and Watauga counties. Now, we've also got winter weather advisories for Allegheny as well as Wilkes. Allegheny's in our winter storm warning. We've got for Wilkes and Yadkin counties, we've got winter weather advisories as well as the foothills of Burke and Caldwell counties. It's kind of a complex setup here over the next 24 hours. Let me show you the setup here. We're going to start at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, 2 things to notice. We've got high pressure over the Great Lakes and eastern Canada. This is kind of the key part. This is an area of high pressure that's going to be pushing down cold, dry air and northeast winds. This is the typical wedge setup we get in the Carolinas. We've got our big storm system coming out of Kansas and Nebraska that's going to be pushing to the east, and it's going to be providing the moisture that's going to be heading our way. So let's go out into the future here. We'll go to about, let's go to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. By that time, we should have some light rain. I've gotten a lot of questions around Charlotte as far as rain. We could see some light rain. It's going to be very scattered and light. As the day goes on, the rain chances really ramp up. But notice in the mountains, solid, wet, heavy snow falling in here across Avery, Ashe, and Watauga counties. There could be a little mix around Hickory, but remember, temperatures are going to be probably at or above freezing. So just like our last system, a lot of this is going to be melting as it makes contact with the ground, and the ground is warm, so it's going to be tough for this to stick. Only going to stick in the really heavy burst of snow. Let's go into the afternoon hours. Notice this, the rain is even scattered across the Charlotte area, so I don't want to make Saturday seem like a washout for the Charlotte area. It's going to be more misty, kind of drizzly weather, and it's going to be miserably cold, 40s and rain. So if you have any outdoor plans, I know it's opening weekend for Carowinds, you're going to have to pack for cold, wet weather. That's just the way it's going to go for Saturday. There's just no other way around it. It may not be downpours, but it's going to be miserably cold with rain. Now, as we go into the afternoon, we'll stop this at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice we're starting to get more of a mix. Oh, sorry about that. We're starting to get more of a mix across the foothills and into the mountains. And notice across maybe Catawba County, even Alexander County and Caldwell County, we're getting a little bit of a wintry mix. So this will be a situation where it's likely going to be falling from the sky, having a tough time sticking. Now, there could be a lull late Saturday. You can see the heavier moisture pushes off to the east, and we might get into a little bit of a break. But what happens is the high pressure is actually starting to shift further into New England, which is going to probably make the temperature even colder. So there's probably going to be a second surge of moisture coming in late Saturday night into Sunday, and this is the heavy stuff. So Saturday night into Sunday is actually when I expect the real heavy stuff to move in, and I'll show you this as we go into Sunday morning. I'll put this out to 2 a.m. This is 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Give it a second to load here. You notice we've got a lot of ice now mixing in, wintry mix across here, and maybe dipping down to the Greensboro area and then up towards Martinsville. I know a lot of folks are interested in Martinsville. We've got NASCAR in Martinsville this weekend, and unfortunately it looks like rain and snow Saturday night. Let's go into Sunday morning. I'll stop this. I'm going to stop this at 8 a.m. Sunday morning here, and this is 8 a.m. Notice things are scattered, but we still got a wintry mix from Martinsville down into the mountains of North Carolina. And again, this is why the totals, your app is probably telling you a huge amount of snow, and it's probably a lot less than this because there's going to be a lot of mixing and melting, which means the totals will be much lower than what you're seeing in some of the model guidance or the automated information you're getting from your app on your phone. We'll go into Sunday afternoon. I'm going to go out to about, I'm going to stop this at about 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon. It starts to warm back up, and we might see everything change back to rain, though there's probably going to be freezing drizzle and mist. And up towards Martinsville, it's hard to say it's completely dry. That doesn't look that impressive, but here's the thing. Notice the high pressure is actually built down over parts of New England, and you can see that wedge of cold air. Notice how the isobars are dipping like this. That's basically like an arrow to me showing that the cold air is filtering into the Carolinas. So a really cold setup here, and then we'll go into the evening hours. And you can see we still got some freezing drizzle and mist, but eventually this is going to change back to rain. So here's how things go. We're going to see 2 waves. Snow on Saturday morning, then maybe a mix Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then it's going to go back to rain. So it's going to be kind of a real mess. So here's the forecast totals that I kind of line up with these pretty well. This is the Weather Service totals. Around 2 to 4 inches in the North Carolina mountains. Up in southwest Virginia, there could be some amounts approaching 8 inches. And right around Martinsville, that's right there. This is Martinsville's right here. Let me erase that. Martinsville is actually right there where my cursor is. Danville, Virginia is right here. This is Danville. So 1 to 3 inches on Saturday night and 1 to maybe 2 inches across Interstate 40, basically from Greensboro back into Wilkes County. Not as much down here. And in Charlotte, I don't expect any wintry precip at this point. I just expect the miserable cold rain that's going to last pretty much all weekend long. So that's what I'm thinking right now for the upcoming weekend storm. Really a mountain and foothill and southwest Virginia impact. And again, even there, because the ground is warm and the air temperatures will be in the 40s, it's going to have a tough time sticking. Please tune in tonight. Sarah's in for me, and John will be in this weekend. We'll have you covered throughout the weekend as we get you ready for this cold, miserable late March weekend. Have a great night, everybody.